الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أوصيكم وإياي أولا بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون كما قال الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون وقال الله تعالى أيضا وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى ولا تعاونوا على الإثم والعدوان. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, being human, we never feel uneasy. We never feel that it is not important to be connected to Almighty Allah, the Creator, who have provided for all of us. And we keep on asking Allah for maximum protection from all the fitan, the trial, the challenges, the virus, and the unrest caused by human being. We are the cause of self-destruction because of our selfishness, our greediness, power crazy. We create unrest to everybody. We have failed to be a good person to ourselves, to be kind to ourselves. And we have failed our family, and we failed the nation. Islam is about peace. Islam is here to solve all the crises. Islam is the only solution to human problem and injustice. But on off you will hear people criticizing Islam. And the one who is doing this, they are so ignorant about history. You never see that anybody who stay in the Islamic country is being oppressed, is being denied for what they believe, what they can do, their freedom. Everything is being honored because that is Islam. But when the Muslim are minority, the Muslim is always the target. The Muslim is always the victim for all the problem. Why? Allah knows best. Allah is telling us how hypocrite the people today. At one time they talk about peace, freedom of speech, freedom of these human rights, and another time they say we don't have right anymore. Na'udzu billahi minaz zalik. Hypocrites is everywhere. In this planet, Allah is telling us from the beginning of the second chapter of the Quran, Al-Baqarah. From day one, Allah is showing us all the signs, alama, ayat, so that we are always alert about what is happening around us. The first sign Allah talked about the believers means the good people who are good inside and good outside. They are good in their heart, they are good in their speech, everything. The way they think, everything is being guided. Then you have the second, and that is the bad guy. The bad guy is easy to identify. It's just the opposite of the good guy. Like a believer and a non-believer. It's easy to identify. But the worst type of people is the ugly type, the third groups. That is the hypocrites. One day they say this, tomorrow they change their word. One day they try to please you, tomorrow they will backstab you. This is the worst people on earth that don't deserve to be a leader to anybody. Enough for them to look into themselves. Because hypocrites are very selfish. What they think is just for themselves. They don't care about others. They don't care what's going to happen around them, the unrest, yeah, the hatred that is developed by them because they thought they are safe, they are protected. They swing. Anytime they like to swing to the right, to the left, they will just swing because they are here to think of themselves. No one else except themselves. And please, brothers and sisters, whoever love peace, justice, understand. With your own knowledge, open your eye, open your ear, open your mind, open your heart. Don't just listen to what these people is talking and telling you. They have all the most destructive agenda. Brothers and sisters, before we continue, excuse me, let me humbly share with you so that you have a better idea about what Islam is about. Islam is based on the three basic principles. Number one, Aqidah means the belief. Islam emphasizes the importance to have the right belief. Everybody do believe in something. At least you believe in yourself. So nobody can deny that there is a kind of belief. But when Islam talk about belief, talking about believing in the one true God, Allah. That is the main, to remind everybody, like what Allah said, He have sent to every nation, وَلِكُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا. Yeah? I have sent to every nation a prophet, a messenger, to remind them to worship the one true God, أَنِعْبُدُ اللَّهِ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ, and stay away from worshipping other than the one God. That is why all the prophet and messenger was sent for the same mission, to remind all of us to be connected to the one true God. Because by having that right belief, then you can live like one family. Because the belief, the true belief will teach you to acknowledge the differences between us. The color, the nation, the tribe, the race, the culture, the languages. And all the differences is been mentioned in the Quran. Allah said that it is my power to create all these differences, languages, color, nation, and tribe, so that you get to know one another. You complement one another. There is the reason behind the differences. And Islam have always remind the people about these very basic values when you have the right belief. Now, after believing in God, the second thing that Islam is telling us is, after believing God, you go into the sixth article of faith, because that is how it's a package. It's not up to you to choose. When you have that belief, then you should understand the Sharia of Islam. First, Aqidah. Second, the Sharia. Sharia is the do and don't that was given by Allah as a guidance to every one of us. Everything you do, everything you say, there is always a do and don't, a limit to it. Every freedom must be guided. If not, there's no more freedom. There's no more. It's hatred. You can condemn me, I can condemn you. You can humiliate me, I can humiliate you. Is that freedom? No. Freedom is whatever the other people choose to believe in. Lakum dinukum waliyadin. Everybody have their religion to follow. You can do it as long as you don't cross the border of other people. You don't criticize others. You don't condemn others. You show to other people that you have the best religion. And then you can share with them. And it's up to everyone to make a decision. La iqra fi din, no compulsion in the religion. And remember, when we talk about religion, brother and sister, religion never follow us. Sometimes people who are so ignorant and arrogant, they thought that they want religion to follow their way. Religion don't follow us. We have to follow the religion. Moses was sent not to follow the people, but everybody is being commanded in his time to follow Moses. Jesus was sent not to, for you to call him to follow you, but you have to follow the teaching of Jesus. And that is Islam. Prophet Muhammad was sent for you to follow. They are all the ways. They don't follow us, brothers and sisters. No religion follow us. Because religion belongs to Allah. That is the true religion. The Sharia is about rule and regulation. You need to have a rule and regulation, yeah, to move on in this life. If there's no rule and regulation, only Allah knows what is going to happen to all of us. There's no security anymore. That means the one who have more power, who are strong, they are going to oppress, yeah, the weak one. So there's then how about the right of the weak one? The weak one should be protected. That's what religion is. It's here to protect life, to save life, not to destroy. After the Sharia, then you come to the third one. It's called akhlaq, adab, manners, attitude, behavior. The law is good, but if you don't follow, then you become the bad guy. When you become a bad guy, don't blame the law. The law is always good. You can blame that person. He is fair. Allah, God, is so just and fair. Whoever commit a sin, he will take the full responsibility. You don't blame others. If the parent commit a sin, the sin is on the parent. You don't blame the children. That's how it goes. And Allah said, وَأَلَّيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى. You will never be questioned except what you yourself have committed. You are responsible to your own good deeds and bad deeds. وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةً وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. You will never carry the burden, the sin of others. The same goes to the other people will not carry your sin. Yeah, if the parent commits sin, but the child is pure, you cannot say that every child is born a sinner. We don't accept that. This is Islam. Kullu maulid yulad ala fitra. Every child is born pure and sinless. That is our belief, the right belief. Brothers and sisters, under the Sharia, then you have the ibadah, how to have a good relation with Allah, prayers, fasting. That is your duty towards God. Then after you have done all the good thing between you and God, you have a good relation, you move to the second called mu'amalat. There is a topic we are coming in today. Mu'amalat is about our duty towards fellow mankind. We live in this planet Earth. We cannot just survive by ourselves. Can you imagine the day you're born? How many people involved in bringing you out from your mother's, yeah, what you call, from your mother's what? From our mother's womb. Stomach. The doctor, the nurses, so many people involved. From the day one that you were born on earth, so many people is there to help you, to wash you, to clean you up, yeah, and to cover you, dress you up, to feed you, and that life move on. When we die, what happens? So many people is involved, yeah, in arranging your funeral. You cannot just think, I don't need anybody. There is here the word of the arrogance. We need everyone. Even the garment that I'm using now. How many have gone through how many hands from raw material until it become a garment? The food that you're eating, how many people have get involved? The fish, the meat, the oil, the gas, the fire, everything. Everybody is, yeah, helping one another. When you come to business, we live in this planet Earth. We have to survive. To survive, we have to do something. And that's why Allah said, وَأَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَا. Allah reminds us that I make business transaction halal, good. But I forbid riba, interest, usury. Interest, riba or usury is completely haram. Before we go into this, let me share with you one saying of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam about the sign of the coming of the last day. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam alert all of us and said, a person would sleep and honestly of it will be taken from his or her heart, and only its trace will remain in his heart, like the trace of a dark spot. We will sleep every day. We sleep. We have faith. We are good, but we have to sleep. But what happened in our sleep? They will be taken from their heart, yeah, the good thing that they have developed. Then there will be just a trace of a dark spot left. They mean their faith is becoming weaker and weaker. Then the man will go to sleep, during which honesty will decrease further still. The environment is going to change again because there's so much corruption now. But we have to sleep so that a trace will resemble the trace of a blister, as when an ember is dropped on one foot, which would make it swell. And one would see it swollen, but there will be nothing inside. You've looked at it, look okay outside, but inside there is nothing anymore. People would be carrying out their business, trading, doing transaction, but hardly will there be a trustworthy person. Business is everywhere. You look at what is happening to us today, because when business slow down, everything slow down. But the Prophet said people would be carrying out their business, but hardly will there be a trustworthy person. Then it will be said, in such and such area there is an honest man. People will still talk about people who are very honest and trustworthy. And later it will be said about some man, what a wise man, polite and strong man he is. Though he will not have faith equal even to the mustard seed in his heart. Meaning the quality of people, man, is going to decrease. Because of money, we don't care about human. We don't care about ourselves sometimes. We work so hard, we forget that our body has right upon us. We keep on cheating others, especially online business today. Everything is online. So there's a lot of business on site is suffering, is closing down. It's okay if you want to come up with a new way of doing business, everything go online. But how about the honesty in doing business? The product that you publish, telling people that you will get this and this, how good is this product? And always you give them some kind of attraction, buy one, free one, and you are cheating them. You are giving them the wrong product. You are not clear in your presentation. There's a lot of cheating going on. And that's why our Prophet said, whoever involved in business and they have the intention to cheat, to lie, to mispresent to others, he is not one of us. Khalas. You don't call yourself as Muslim according to our value. Before, we always hear that people say, honesty is the best policy. Today, everything go upside down. How can you make profit if you're honest? So everybody says lying, cheating is a way of life. Now, when coming to trading, the Prophet is there to tell us about people are doing a lot of cheating, zulm, and there's a lot of riba, usury. Now, I just want to share with all of you to have a better understanding first. In the Holy Quran, chapter 30, verse 39, Allah Rabbul Alameen informed us about riba, usury, interest. What is interest? And that which you put out in an investment in riba, seeking increased profit through the wealth of others, at the expense of the wealth of others, will not increase in the sight of Allah. Whatever you think that you are making profit, there's no blessing, it's haram. It's disapproved by Allah. Where else, when you help one another for the sake of Allah, Allah will bless you and He will reward you multiple. You get a lot of good things back. And in chapter 4, verse 29, riba, usury or interest, would thus be increased in capital at the expense of the wealth of others. In other words, if my capital increase through riba, then my gain profit would be your loss. or the loss of others. Such transaction does not qualify as halal business. And riba is haram, Allah said. Ahallallahu al-bay' wa harramur riba. In riba, the loss of one is the gain of the other. In business, on the other hand, Islam ordained an ideal of mutual satisfaction amongst all parties. If we make profit, every party make profit. If we lost, then everybody also experience losses together. That's why we help one another together. For anything that is good, that benefit both parties. But don't ever help one another in committing sin and hatred. It's like taking a loan. This is haram, not only in Islam. It was haram in the Old Testament, Torah, the New Testament. But then people keep on practicing it. For those who are faithful, they don't practice this among their own people, the believer, but they apply this kind of transaction to others. And this also is forbidden. What is haram for us, haram for others. This is very important for us to understand, brothers and sisters. Now, there are two types of riba. The one that is very common, known as riba nasiya. The other one is riba fadl. What we are going to focus and share with you today is about riba nasiya, brothers and sisters. Let us look into the white screen here. Riba is the practice of assigning a fee on credit. Always happen when you are involved in borrowing or taking a loan. On the top of principal borrowed amount, thus making a profit on the loan, which is strictly prohibited in Islam due to the harm and injustice involved in it. That means you go to the bank and ask for a loan. The bank only interested in making profit. Even you are failing in your business, is your business. But I guarantee my profit. So it exploiting your weaknesses. He used your money to gain and profit for them, and they don't care about what is happening to you. In business, real business is not like that. I have the energy, I have the knowledge, but I don't have the cash. I will come to you and share with you my idea. So you can say, okay, I like to get involved in this business with you. Your energy, your knowledge, expertise, but my money. So let us have a kind of agreement about the percentage in a joint venture business. So it's up to us to agree now. If I said, okay, I will take 60%, you take 40%, because you have the money, but you are not the one who is doing this business. It's me who's running in, day out, and all the problem I have to face, I sweat more than you. You just have some extra money to invest. So let us have agreement, you 40, I 60. But both must be very committed, sincere in business. It's not just like what you call sleeping partner, but also you participate. Then that is good business. Now, today the riba is of different types, but the most serious type of riba usually enters the one that is all the more unlawful is one relating to loans and debt. That's why a lot of people who take loan, they don't care, good time, bad time, you have to pay. That is what we call riba. Whatever other name you want to use is up to you. But if that is the concept, then that concept is called riba, usury, interest, and is haram. Yeah, it covers any stipulated additional amount of the principal in the transaction of loan or debt. Yeah, this is just the beginning. Yeah. Riba on debt. This type of riba exists in every debt today. Yeah. It exists in every. Yeah. Today there is in some country they say loan shark, and that is from the individual, not official one. When you're the official one, everything that is been done in most of the banking system today. You come to me, if I agree, okay, we fix an amount that you will pay, yeah, this extra every month. Some go for months, some go for years. It depends. Yeah. Now, this type of riba exists in every debt, riba on debt, which carry a stimulation binding the debtor to pay to the creditor any sum of money in excess of the principal sum. You take 100,000 loan, you agree to pay back maybe 10 years or 3 years, they will try to come up with a agreement, and then they say, okay, 10%, 12%, 8%, it depends. The more you borrow, maybe the percentage is lesser, but because you borrow a big amount, at the end of the day, you know what is going to happen. Yeah? Example, John borrowed 1,000 pounds from Martin and promised to pay back after a month. However, John finds himself unable to pay the debt off. When the months come, he can't pay. So, the creditor stimulates that John either pay the debt off without any excess of the principal, meaning some of the debt or paid 1,100 after another month. If, however, he still cannot possible pay that sum of either after a month, Martin will defer payment another month on condition he have to pay 1,200. Now he's adding now. And this is what we call riba. If I take a loan, I am poor, I don't have the means, I don't have the cash, but I have the energy and the idea. If you trust me, if you don't trust me, and you don't get into business. But again, if you don't have the skill, you don't have the idea, you cannot increase your wealth. We want to have more money. More money will come as long as you keep on moving, do something. Likulli harka barka. Every movement there is a blessing. You want more, you have to work harder. That's how it goes. But then you remember, there is a saying in Islam by our Prophet that zakat is to purify your income. When can you pay zakat? When you have more money. When you don't have money, then there is no zakat mal on you. But don't just keep all the money where every year zakat will come and eat 2.5%. Not for you, not for the rich. That money is going to be given to the poor and needy. You see, anything extra, we have another responsibility in muamalat towards fellow mankind. The poor and the needy may need our help. That's how Islam encourages to do business, so that those who have money invest his money, Those who have energy, invest in energy. Those who have idea, invest in idea. So everybody join together and move forward and help one another. So what happened? That is the first example. Riba on loan. In this type of riba, a person takes out a loan from another person or from a bank with the stimulation at the time of the contract that the borrower must pay an annual interest. Both parties agreed. They agreed. Said 5% on the borrowed amount to the lender. Yeah, of course, we agreed. People who need money, cash, sometimes they just say anything. You want them to say because they want money. But they do not know what they are involved in. Yeah. So John is interested in a house worth 100,000 pound, example, but so do not have enough money to purchase. He take out a loan from the bank on condition he must pay the bank 150,000. How much? That means pay in 5 years. He give you 5 years. From 100,000, now you have to add another 50,000. Not 5,000, 50,000. Is a good deal, no? For those who lend you the money, I don't have to work. I just rest and then now, okay, I just collect money. I got 50,000 extra in 5 years, doing nothing. That means I will gain all the profit on the expenses of you. Allah said you should help one another. Of course, then if one person help one person, of course, everybody must have all the document properly agreed upon to make sure that your money is not going to be taken away or cheated by the borrower. You have something to secure the guarantee and so on. But then, when they pay back, Islam always encourages the borrower, when you pay back, you should at least show a kind of appreciation. Be thankful for people who has been helping you. They are not exploiting your weaknesses. They are helping you for the sake of Allah because they have extra. There's nothing wrong to help another fellow person because there is a responsibility between human beings. We need to help one another. And that's why Allah said, Ta'awanu ala birri wa taqwa. And when you want to pay back, even the Prophet said, the lender should make it easier for the payer. Meaning for the borrower, if they said 5 years, in your heart, you don't have to tell them, is this what been agreed? But if they just can't pay you in 5 years, then they need extra 5 months or half a year. Yeah, you try to be a bit flexible to them. Don't push them, don't rush them. Allah loves you for that. But then when you help a person sincerely, we believe that that person will also pay you back. Yeah? Sincerely, in good faith. And also, the borrower is highly recommended to pay back with some kind of appreciation. No interest, no riba. It's like no people, you borrowed money 10,000. In return, you can give 10,000 back with some special gift of appreciation. Or you want to give anything, is up to you as a gift, not as a riba interest, a gift. No pressure. Because a person who is good to you always want to help you. And when you see you getting better, they are happy. They are happy to see that now you are economically, financially strong. So that you also will help others. And that's how the chain of helping one another will carry on. And we will together We will try our best to minimize. You cannot abolish poverty. Yeah? You can minimize poverty. Yeah? Now, riba is strictly forbidden in Islam, and is one of the major sins as long as the loan is taken out with interest. It is a major sin, it's not a minor sin. Sister, a lot of today people thought that this matter of interest are small matter, to the extent that now Allah is challenging us that whoever get involved in this, they are declaring war with Allah and the Prophet. It's not a small matter. Yeah? So please remember, brothers and sisters, whatever happened in our daily life, don't burden yourself, number one, and try to be contented with what we have first. And do your level best. If you are lazy, you just want money without doing anything, of course, it won't help. It's going to destroy you physically, mentally, and also spiritually. Yeah? Riba is strictly forbidden in Islam, and one of the major sins as long as the loan is taken out with interest. Whether it's an investment loan from financial business, the same go when people do business, they don't have the capital, they get a loan. And then brothers and sisters, can you imagine that people were having a lot of loan, and now we have all the lockdown, a lot of things just stop. Yeah? What is going to happen? But if you don't get involved in interest, with the blessing of Allah, remember we still have Allah, the sole provider. If He is going to bless us, everybody will have enough to survive. You just have to reorganize your spending so that you don't waste anymore. No, there is always enough for everybody. Allah promised us He is the one who provide for us. The only thing that He do not want us to overspend, to waste unnecessary. Today there's a lot of wastage here and there. However, purchasing goods in installment at a price higher than the actual price paid in cash is not considered a form of riba. Example, a person had a choice to purchase a kitchen, appliances for £1,000 and pay for it in cash for 1,020 monthly installment, paying a monthly amount of 100 to the owner of the store from which he purchased the appliance. Some said, example, you want to buy, but then the price is stated there 1,000, but you cannot pay on the spot. They give you another price. Now, this is also some area that we all must be careful. Some say it's okay. Some say that extra is riba. Some say the extra is riba. That means one product have two prices. Cash this, installment that. Textual evidence from the Quran and the saying of the Prophet point out that riba is strictly forbidden in Islam. A major sin. In fact, riba is forbidden not only in Islam but also in all previous divine religions. In the Old Testament, in the time of Moses, in the time of Jesus, all is the same. Let us go up again for punishment for people who get involved in riba. For those who stop, alhamdulillah. Those who engage in usurious transaction riba expose them to a war which Allah and His Messenger have declared on those who deal with riba, thereby becoming their enemies, as the Quran stated in Surah Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 279. Allah is telling us the meaning. If you do not do so, if you do not do so, be warned of war from Allah and His message. But if you repent, you may have your capital without wronging and wrong without being wronged. That means you have the right to take back your capital. If you have done that before, brother and sister, now you can stop and say, no, don't need any of the interest anymore. You just pay back my capital. That is your right, to get back your capital, but not more than that. Such a war leaves devastating physical and philosophical, physical and physiological effect, and the numerous forms of deep anxiety and depression that have afflicted people these days are some sign of such a war which Allah has declared. All these things, brother and sister, you can slowly go in, to the book, and try to understand, more. But the best thing to do is when you have something to sell, one thing, one price. Or you want to fix one price, it's up to you. You can say that, okay, this thing costs 1,000 ringgit. Example, $1,000. Whether you pay cash or you pay installment, it's the same price. One price for one sale, one transaction. That is the ideal, the best way. We know that the thing that is going around us today, that is so confusing. It's just like, I give you one simple example. A person who wants to sell something, he must own that thing first. He must have that thing with him. And he should be the owner, the best one, so that you can decide what you want to do with your property. Example, if I know there is a project development, they want to build 100 houses, accommodation, and then they offer to the public now who want to buy the house. Now I have a lot of cash flow, so I'll go to the developer. I say to him, I want to take 10 houses. From the beginning of the project, with all the working paper, all the contract, all the agreement, by law, is on. It's real. There's no cheating. But when I want the developer want to start to develop, also they need money to buy things, to pay the worker. Whoever will come in early, they will have a special kind of bargain. Okay, say this house, from the beginning, is I can sell to you one house, 100,000. I want 10. But as when the thing is being developed, at the end of the development, when the house is ready, you see the cost of this house have grown higher, because in the early stage, of course, the price of everything also is not the same. As you move on, then price keep on changing. When they finish the project, you will see the new price will be shown to you. Now, I have bought from the beginning in a very good offer. When the development is ready, that property may cost 170,000. From 100,000 per house, now the value have raised to 170,000. That means the difference is 70,000 per unit. Now, I have bought the property from the beginning. I own 10 houses now. Now, before the development is ready, I want to sell to anybody who want to buy a house. And maybe all the lots have been taken, bought over. So this development here, all the houses taken off. So now I am the owner of 10 units and I want to sell to any buyer. I put a price. Either I can put 120, 140, 150, 170. It's after it's my product now. I fix a price. You come to me, hey, I want to buy this unit. Who owns this unit? Say, I'm the owner. But if I'm not the owner, I cannot sell. No, I cannot just try to muck up another price. Of course, the owner wants to have some profit because he have invested early. Fair enough. Islam allows you to do business. That is what business is. I don't think you want to do business and you keep selling things cheaper than what you have paid. There is no business. There is charity. I fix one price. It's up to you to negotiate with me now. I say 200,000, one price. This is my product. You want to buy? Welcome. I may have made some addition changes, yeah, some renovation here and there. So I mark up my price. I put a kitchen there, special tiling, and now it's up to you to bargain with me. So I can say, can you, no, okay, can you make it 180? It's up to me. If I want to say, okay, okay. If not, I say, no, 200 fixed. Take it or leave it. It's allowed in Islam because it's business. But I can do that because I give you one price. And then after I give you one price, because I am the owner, I fix the price for you. There's no middle person. Then I give you the opportunity to negotiate with me. Negotiable. So now it's a negotiate power. How good we are in negotiating the price. And at the end, both agreed and both are happy. And then we sign and accept the contract. It's okay, no problem. But if I know, example, I don't want to buy the house from this developer. I don't own it. Then whoever want to buy, he went to the developer and talked to the developer. And the developer, after discussing, negotiating, he want to sell. He agreed for 150,000, just an example. But I don't have the money, so I will go to the bank. And the bank will check about all the paperwork and everything. And you want to take a loan. So the bank will come up with some kind of idea. Okay, see, you don't have the cash, but the house that you want to buy is 150. So now we have a side agreement that I will buy the house under your name because you are the one who want to stay there and want to own that house. But I will caveat that you cannot sell this to anyone until you pay back the credit you took from the bank, the loan. But now I sell it back to you. You bought 150, you get the price from the developer. Now you take a loan, I will charge you 180 or maybe 200 or 220. if you increase, yeah, the year of paying back, 15 years, 20 years, I'm calculating now in advance, yeah, the profit that I want to get it from you. Now, this is where the gray area comes in. It will be different if the bank will go and buy from the developer, because you know the price. You negotiate with the developer, but because you don't have the cash, you go back to the bank to ask for a loan, then he put this condition on you. This is another kind of riba. Even you see buying and selling, yeah. But you know, I know the price. If I do not know, if the bank is the one who owns this property, and is I go to the bank, he display the unit, and he said that we are selling for this price. He give me one price. Whatever profit he make is okay, no problem. I hope you understand, brother and sister. If you still don't understand, you can go back to the book, you read it slowly. You still don't understand, you can ask the scholars who are good in this field. They will share with you the information. While I'm sharing with you this information, I hope you have the right understanding. If not, you can come back to discuss with me. So you cannot sell something that you don't own. That means there will be some cheating. You must own the property. If the bank have bought the property and they display their product, yeah, to their customer, and they put one price, it's up to them. Yeah, you can mark up the price. It's selling and buying is like that, but then you do not exploit, yeah, others. You don't cheat. Then it's up to the power of negotiating. So may Allah make it easy for all of us, brothers and sisters. And please remember, whatever we do, if our intention is to help one another for the sake of Allah without exploiting others, there's a lot of blessing. And Allah will increase our wealth. And not only that, He will also shower His blessing upon us. Money is not everything in life. It's about value. You can have a little, but with blessing is more, yeah, better, lasting than you have more but no blessing. That's why the Prophet said, richness is not because of having a lot of wealth, but richness comes from your heart. You are contented with what you have. And anytime when you want to compare yourself with anything, you should compare with people who are lesser, worse than you. You will be grateful and be thankful. That is what we want to end, brother and sister. We know everybody wants better, bigger, yeah. But do what you can. Don't burden yourself, and don't burden others. Yeah. So may Allah help us. May Allah save us from riba. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everybody who like to help one another for the sake of Allah Rabbul Alamin. Yeah. And may Allah forgive us from our wrongdoing, and whoever who are involved in anything that is haram or even gray area, it's time for you to stop and work harder, and Allah will reward you. Allah help those who help themselves. So brothers and sisters, that's what I'm going to end with today. And if there's any question and answer, we are open for Q&A now. Fadafadda. Is investing, Muhammad Faisal, Fairul, Reza Muhammad, no. In investing in organization, public shares, example, tenaga, yeah, allowed, like, yeah, Harta, Lega, Apple, Tenaga, all these kind of public shares. Not Genting, gambling, Carlsberg, of course, it is halal. Any business investing in anything that is clear is a halal business, then it's halal, no problem at all. Full payment is required before item posted to customer. Is this called interest? Is this allowed if you have the understanding that you need them to pay you first? No problem. We have the understanding. It's just like you're buying share. You sometimes they accept, you pick up, but later on only they will call you to pay because they trust you. It's okay. As long as you must remember no cheating. Yeah. They say, okay, I want to buy this, if I want to order this product, and you have promised that this is the product, and everything, the specification is clear. And that is very important. Sometimes there's a lot of hidden info that public, the buyer don't even know. They trust, they look at the product that you show them in your advertisement, but they are not so particular about the detail because public people, they are just normal, they don't really go very detailed. But we as a businessman, you must make sure that they have the right understanding so that when the product reach them, they are happy and you are happy. That's all you have to do. Make sure your customer get what he or she have decided to buy. A lot of time I've seen a lot of people suffer because of that. And then they say, this is not what I want. Maybe they don't have the understanding. So we hope that the buyer also must at least look into all this detail and have the understanding. Because if the detail is being spelled out and then that's what they send it to you, then you have to accept it. But remember, make sure that thing does not default. Everything is in order, is right, yeah, is perfect. That is important. Any defect, you must, yeah, be responsible. So there's nothing wrong even to pay first. Yeah? As long as there's no hidden agenda and no cheating. I have a not yet Muslim friend interest about Islam. He interested about the great shirk. He interested about the great shirk and abusing them is abusing Allah topic. What must I do? I think it's only fair if you can bring him to see a scholar that is nearby, anybody who is good about Islam, and let him learn and ask the scholar first, because we do not just want to make anybody becoming a Muslim without understanding. Yeah, Islam is not a blind faith. It's a faith, is a religion for people who have knowledge. So I would recommend you highly to bring him to see a scholar who is well versed in Islam, so that whatever doubts he has, whatever major shirk that he involved, and they will know how to guide him, inshallah. A question from another questioner. I have a question. What should we do if we are not allowed to pray in school in Germany? I do not know what kind of issue that you all have, but normally, if you want to look for a musalla, a praying room, so maybe they don't have that kind of facilities, privileges. but you can pray anywhere, any corner. You know the Qibla. You don't burden anybody. You just have a praying mat if you want. If none, also, if you know the place is clean, you know where's the direction, there's a sutra, and then you can just pray. You don't even have to demand for this, demand for that. No, I've been traveling around the globe from the 70s. I have no problem in performing prayer. I've been talking to a lot of private school, not in my country, in a Muslim minority country, and when they do not burden the authority and demand for a praying room, and so, there's no problem. Nobody will stop you. This is your religious right. You can just pray at anywhere you know the place is clean, and then if the authority of the school feel that, well, since there are so many students who love to pray, they may come up with a small room and make it a general prayer room. Alhamdulillah, if not, no problem. You should find a way to solve that problem. That's how we solve our problem. But we do what we have to do as a Muslim. It's just like when you go to the school, they don't provide halal meal for you, so you bring your own food. That's how you move on. If they say no, nothing, they force you to do what is haram, then you just have to look for another school. That's how you move on. Question: is it authentic? Assalamualaikum waalaikumsalam warahmatullah. Is it authentic that Prophet Muhammad was born on 12 Rabiul Awal? No, there is no confirmation from the Muslim history that said that, but it's confirmed that this is the date that the Prophet passed away. Yeah, but the date that we choose today is commonly been accepted by a lot of Muslims who don't have the right information. They just generalize everything. The date of 12 Rabiul Awal is a month confirmed, the day that our Prophet passed away. Islamic loan. Islamic loan means you have to ask help. You want to borrow something. Is something that a person will help you with condition they are sure that you are not lying, cheating to them, that you are able to pay back. Then there is a loan. You ask for 100,000. If I have extra, why not? I trust you. If I can't, I say I have 50. Maybe you can ask from another person 50. But make sure that you as a person. I believe if we are honest, we are sincere, we are committed, and people know the quality of our behavior. I think people don't mind to lend you as a loan, but no extra in paying back. But if you want to give, you're welcome. That is the Islamic law. Are we allowed to celebrate birthdays with cake, candle, meals, gift? Birthday, I think, is not our tradition. It's not by us. It was introduced by those who have colonized us. And later on, we pick up this kind of culture. But to have a gathering among family, to recall the day you were born, and to eat, make majlis syukur, make dua, may Allah, grant us health and also strong iman. There's nothing wrong, but you don't need to have candle to blow into the cake, because the Prophet forbid you to blow into any food. If it's hot, just wait for a while. You can fan it, but don't blow. Anything that you blow, all the germ is coming out from your mouth, and it's not healthy, it's not clean. So just to have food, have meal, people want to give us some hadiah, no harm, but not to copycat. Yeah, photocopy other people's value and make it that is part of our value. Our value, when we gather, we always are thankful to Allah, grateful to Allah, and also we make dua. Yeah. I'm getting confused about woman aura when salat during PKPB. Ladies already start praying without telecom. May I know whether bawa dagu is aura in salat or not? Brothers and sisters, there is no instruction from the Prophet or from the companion when the woman want to pray, they must have another kind of dressing. Because women are not supposed to move around without covering their aura. So once you are covered, then you can pray with the same kind of garment. You don't need a telekung. Telekung normally is something popularly known to certain country, certain group of people, maybe because their dress is not covering their aura properly. So when they want to pray, only they cover their aura properly. Then of course that should be the way. You cannot pray without covering your aura properly. Neither by right you should not even move around without your aura covered. But a lot of people just have the wrong idea. They think only in prayer I cover. Outside the prayer is up to me. But that is not the teaching of Islam. Yeah? That is our own understanding. And also when some people like to have extra garment or you call telekung. Why? Because they are not sure if their dress that they are using, they even cover aura, can stay clean forever. Maybe they'll go to the washroom, toilet, and now they have some doubt whether it's clean enough for them to use for praying. So they have this extra telekung to help them. Yeah, so if that is the case, it's okay, no problem. Now we know that the aura of the woman. The problem here, the sixth question is bawa dagu, face. We know where is the face. You know, the head is all this part is the head. You know, face is all this part is the bawa dagu. You don't expose your neck. When you expose the neck, that means you expose your aura. Yeah, dagu is part of the face. Don't worry. People who are very particular, then they do what they think is best for them. So, two more questions. If I want to purchase a house, is it halal to use Islamic banking option from local bank in Malaysia? I noticed they still add an extra fee, but don't call it interest. Brother and sister, like I said earlier, anybody can use any term as long as if you follow the Islamic principle, then it's halal. If you don't follow, even you use any other term, it is still haram. So you can double check with them properly, have the right understanding, then only you get involved. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Need an extra for you as 2 days back my husband suddenly have a dream. I was scared to make dua and was scared and make dua to Allah. After that, my husband wake up and I asked him to wash his leg and face. Of course, there's nothing to do with what you said, wash his leg and face. A dream is a dream. Sometimes we have good dreams, sometimes we have bad dreams. So what you can do, of course, anything bad, if you wake up, you just make dua and ask Allah to protect you. Because sometimes God will send some sign to you through your dreams. The Prophet said that after the Prophet, there's no more revelation, but you may experience good dreams. And it's a good sign sometimes. Bad dreams also is a warning, it's a reminder from Allah. So anything good you ask, you are thankful to Allah. Anything bad you seek Allah protection is okay. But nothing to wash the leg and the face. Yesterday, my husband told me that something bad is coming back and want to harm me and baby. Kindly advise what I should do. And I always remember I encounter anything or scared, I will make dua. Yes, the best thing is to make dua. Recite the three kul a lot, and also ayatul kursi, which recommended by our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, to seek Allah's protection. And there's also morning prayer, evening prayer that the Prophet recommends us, and it's good for us to memorize and keep on, yeah, asking Allah for protection. That is the best way, yeah, to protect ourselves. Of course, all these kind of things that we experience through dream and see, it may be some sign when we are not in a good connection with Allah. When we are weak, anything can come. Evil eye can happen to us. That's why please be connected to Allah. Yeah, good time, bad time, don't forget Him, and don't forget the morning and the evening dua is very important. Stay safe, stay connected to Allah Rabbul Alamin. That's all for my Q&A today. May Allah bless us, brothers and sisters. And those who are still not clear, you can follow up with us, and you can call us and meet us up, inshallah, when everything is okay. Then we'll try our best, yeah, to share with you all the right information about Islam which Allah has given us. May Allah bless us, may Allah guide us, and may Allah help those who help themselves to follow the Islamic teaching, the Islamic values. Amin. Wabillahi tawfiqi wa akhir da'wana walhamdulillah bil alamin. And always stay home, stay safe. And if you're going out, don't forget the reminder from the authority to have social distancing and take care of our health. May Allah bless us. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik.